Social media tycoons should be held responsible in their algorithms. Let's make social media great again. It won't be easy, I know. We are all scared because the people we are up against are extremely powerful. Social media started to thrive under a promise. Their founders told us that they would unite people and strengthen our democracies with new ideas, with more pluralism, with extended accountability over the powerful. In the following years, part of that foundational promise was fulfilled. At least for a while, social media did change the way of work, the way we work, get informed, interact with each other. They build bridges between like-minded people who were physically far away and expanded the scope of the public debate by allowing citizens to share their views beyond the constraints of governments and traditional media outlets. Movements for justice and change like Me Too or Fridays for Future would not have been possible without them. But with all these gains also came huge downsides, hidden in the bowels of the algorithms, like invaders concealed in the belly of a Trojan horse. We didn't realize it then, but we do know. We do now. Now we know that the seamless and free connectivity offered by social media also came with cyberbullying, hate speech, sex offenses, privacy violation, and a terrible rise of anxiety, violence, and loneliness. Now we know that far from bringing humanity together and empowering the people, these platforms have resulted in a concentration of power and wealth in the hands of just a few. Major social media are harming the liberal order and the democratic system in at least three powerful ways that we cannot continue to ignore. First, social media are oversimplifying and polarizing the public debate. 280 characters or a 30-second video are not enough to explain almost anything important. The migration of the political debate from the institutions, newspapers, and coffee shops to social media is making us replace rigor for immediacy and complexity with brevity. It is making us focus on creating catchphrases to gain likes and shares of our own echo chambers. And this, in turn, is transforming us into a society increasingly divided and easy to manipulate. Our feeds and walls are filled with altered images, flawed data, and fake news that distort our perception of reality. Fake news that made many people believe that the COVID-19 virus didn't exist, that the ethnic and cultural minorities that live in our countries are the source of all our problems, that the state is a scam working against the interests of citizens, and that the owners of large social media companies have chosen not to stop. Not because it is hard or because they have read Derrida, but because they are good for business. Because they drive more clicks and advertisers, and because they help to advance their political agenda. And let's be clear, this didn't happen by mistake. It has been fueled in a systematic way. And by owners of the big social media themselves, a small group of techno-billionaires that are no longer satisfied with holding nearly total economic power. Now they also want political power in a way that is undermining our democratic institutions. And they don't even hide this goal. For instance, Peter Thiel, co-founder of PayPal and one of their leading ideologies, openly admitted in an interview that techno-billionaires want to overthrow democracy because, and I quote, they have stopped believing that freedom and democracy are compatible. What truly limits democracy is the power of the elites. It is the power of those who think that because they are rich, they are above the law and can do anything. That is why, my friends, that is why the tech billionaires want to overthrow democracy. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the truth and the terrible threat we face. The technology that was intended to free us has become the tool of our own oppression. The social media that were supposed to bring unity, clarity, and democracy have brought division, lies, and a reactionary agenda. And they have ended up in the hands of a reduced group of men, by the way, only men, whose combined wealth triples the entire European Union's budget. And today, I would like to advance three ideas, three measures that I will propose to all European leaders in the next formal Council meeting that will take place in Brussels. First, I propose putting an end to anonymity on social media. In our countries, no one can walk the streets with a mask on their face or drive a car without a license plate. No one can send packages without showing an ID or buy a hunting weapon without giving their name. And yet, we are allowing people to roam freely on social networks without linking their profiles to a real identity. In a democracy, citizens have the right to privacy, not to anonymity or impunity. That is why I believe we must push forward the principle of pseudonymity as the functioning element of social media, and force all these platforms to link every user account to an European digital identity wallet. This way, citizens could use nicknames if they want, but in the case of a crime, public authorities would be able to connect those nicknames to real people and hold them responsible. My second proposal is to force open the black box of social media algorithms once and for all. The values of the European Union are not for sale. Safeguards like content moderation and fact-checking are both legal and moral requirements that must be followed by all. That's why I think we have to fully enforce the Digital Service Act, making it clear to big companies that its provisions are non-negotiable and strengthening sanctions for those who do not comply. Of course, there's no point in holding social media users and employees accountable if their owners are not, especially considering that they are among the richest and most powerful people in the world. That we make sure that social media CEOs are held personally accountable for non-compliance with laws and norms in their platforms, just as it happens in other sectors. For instance, the owner of a small restaurant is responsible if their food poisons customers. Social media tycoons should be held responsible in their algorithms poison our society. In short, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm proposing is that we take the fight, that we face this threat head-on, because our ability to do so will likely determine the health, safety, and freedom of our children and the generations to come. In a nutshell, Let's make social media great again. I know it won't be easy. I know we are all scared because the people we are up against are extremely powerful. They have almost unlimited financial and technological resources and very dangerous allies, and they play dirty because they don't follow our moral rules and live in a world without consequences. But I know that we can win this battle because we are right, because we are more, and because we've done it before. Thank you very much.